Good morning, children. So, in the last video, we learnt all about our clock. How many divisions are there? And 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, and so on and so forth. In this video, we will learn how to read time. And children, I request you one thing. After learning how to read time, you must keep reading time after some duration at home. Okay? Keep telling time to your parents. This way, you will practice reading time. And it is going to be a lot of fun. It's very easy. You just need to know the table of 5. How? I am going to teach you now. Okay. Again, I've got this clock. Okay. Now, children, I am going to shift the time and show it to you. Okay. Now this is hour's hand. Now this hour's hand is after 7. It means 7 o'clock has already taken place. 7 o'clock is over. And the minute hand has reached 6. It means the minute hand has covered 6 5s are 30 minutes. So this time is 30 minutes past 7. So children, see this. The small hand, the small hand, which is the hour's hand, it is pointing at 8. And the big hand is pointing at 12. You all know, I'm sure you know it. This is 8 o'clock. Okay, let me change the time little bit. Okay, see this? This is 9 o'clock. Why? Because the hour's hand is pointing towards 9 and the minute hand is pointing towards 12. So this is called 9 o'clock. Like this, we have 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And every time the hour hand is pointing towards a number and the minute hand is pointing towards 12. It will be that number o'clock. For example, this is 9 o'clock. Why? Because the hour hand is pointing towards 9 and the minute hand is pointing towards 12. Okay. Now, I will move the minute hand and show you the time. Okay. Now, you can see the minute hand has moved slightly. Okay, let me check first. The minute hand is on 1. It means after 12 it has moved 5 divisions. Means 5 minutes have passed. So this we will call as 5 minutes past 9. Okay, children. This time is read as 5 minutes past 9 because the minute hand has moved 5 divisions after 12. Okay, now wait. Now look at this. The minute hand is on 2. 5 2s are 10. It means the minute hand has moved 10 divisions after 12. And the hour's hand is on 9. So this time is called 10 minutes past 9. Past means beet gaya hai. Right? You understand? Past means it has already gone. 10 minutes have passed. 10 minutes are more after 9 o'clock. So this is called 10 minutes past 9. Okay, let me move it further. This, you can see that minute's hand is on 3. and the hour hand is slightly more than 9. So this time is called 15 minutes past 9. Okay, easy children? Okay. Now, now the minutes hand is on 4. 5 fours are 20. It means 20 minutes have passed after 9 o'clock. So this time is called 20 minutes past 9. Okay. See, now the minute hand is on 5 and the hour hand, you can see the hour hand. It has also slightly moved. We can't see the movement of hour hand, but it moves better. So this time is called 25 minutes past 9. Okay. Now our minute hand has reached 6. So 5 6 are 30. So this we can say as 30 minutes past 9, or there's one more name to it, half past 9. Now why do we call it half past? Because the minute hand has covered half the distance of the clock. See, this is half of the clock, this is half of the clock. Okay, let's move further. The minute hand has reached 7. 5 sevens are 35. So the time is 35 minutes past 9. So children, like this, now I am going to explain you the time with the help of our PowerPoint presentation. Reading time. So after watching reading time in our clock, which we did just now, I have brought you to this PowerPoint presentation where I'm going to reiterate the same. Okay, children, look at this clock. One division shows 1 minute. So, if we assume that the minute hand will start from 12, so this will be 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, and so on, so forth. So children, as I was telling you earlier also, number 1 shows that if the minute hand is on number 1, 5 minutes have passed. If the minutes hand is on number 2, then 10 minutes have passed. If minute hand reach number 3, then 15 minutes have passed. So this is the table of 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 5 sixes are 30, 5 sevens are 35, 5 eights are 40, 5 nines are 45, 5 tens are 50, and 5 elevens are 55, and 5 twelves are 60. Now the time which this clock is showing is 1 o'clock. When the hour hand is pointing towards a number and the minute hand is pointing towards 12, it is o'clock. The time is o'clock. It is the time presently shown in this clock is 1 o'clock. And this we already know. We have been learning this from class 2, 3. We know it from our previous knowledge. So this is 1 o'clock. Let us learn some more with the help of the second slide. Okay, this slide has so many things in it. So let me start from here. When the minute hand is on 1, So we say 5 minutes passed. It means 5 minutes have passed since 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or so on. Same way, when the minute hand is on 2, then 10 minutes have passed. If minute hand is on 3, then 15 minutes have passed, or it is also called quarter past. If the minute hand is on 4, then 5 fours are 20 minutes have passed. If the minute hand is on 5, then 5 fives are 25 minutes have passed. If minute hand is on 6, 5 six are 30 minutes have passed, or we also called it half past. Why half? Because the minute hand has covered half the distance of the clock. When the minute hand is on 7, it is called 7 fives are 35 minutes past. It is also called 25 minutes to. It means 25 minutes are remaining for the next o'clock. So children, here there are two ways to say the time. I repeat, if the minute hand is on 7, then 7 fives are is 35. It means 35 minutes have passed. So we can say 35 minutes past, or we can say 25 minutes to the next o'clock. Why can we say 25 minutes to next o'clock? Because 25 minutes are remaining for the next hour, next o'clock to happen. Okay. Now, if the minute hand is at 8, so 8 fives are 40. So it is called 40 minutes past. If the minute hand is on 9, it is called 45 minutes past, or also it is called quarter to the next o'clock. This I will explain you in my next video in detail. If the minute hand is on 10, 10 fives are 50. So we say 50 minutes past. If the minute hand is on 11, 11 fives are is 55. So we say 55 minutes past. So children, all these things I'm going to explain to you in my next slide in detail. Okay. Here you can see different times in all these clocks. Come, let us see what is the time. The hour hand is on 12 and the minute hand is on 2. Since the minute hand is on 2, it means 10 minutes have passed since 12 o'clock. So we say it is 10 minutes past 12. And how do we write it? Like this. 12:10. Okay, look at this. The hour hand is past 12 and the minute hand is on 5. 5 fives are 25. 25 minutes have passed
since 12 o'clock. So we will say 25 minutes past 12. And how do we write it? Let's see. 12:25. Okay, look at this clock. The hour hand is between 12 and 1. So children, remember this. The hour hand always moves in this direction from 12 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 and so on. And this direction, look at my cursor. This direction is called the clockwise movement. Always you will see all the hands of the clock, be it hour's hand, minute hand, or the second hand, they will move only in this direction. And this is called the clockwise direction. Now, since our hour hand it has already passed 12, so this time is called 35 minutes past 12. It means that 35 minutes have passed since it was 12 o'clock. There is one more way to say the same time, and that is 25 minutes to 1. You have to be very careful. After 12 o'clock, we will have 1 o'clock. So, for 1 o'clock to happen, there are 25 minutes left. I'll just show you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, 25 minutes are left for 1 o'clock to happen. So, this time is also called 25 minutes to 1. And how do we write it? We write it 12:35. Okay, now look at this clock. The hour hand is again between 12 and 1. It is past 12. And the minute hand is on 8. Now 8 fives are 40. It means 40 minutes have passed since 12 o'clock. So I will call this time as 40 minutes past 12. And now you can see that our hand is proceeding towards 1. It is going towards 1. And how many minutes are left for it to be 1 o'clock? Let us see. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes are left, beta, for it to be 1 o'clock. So, we also call this time as 20 minutes to 1. It means there are 20 minutes left and then the time will be 1 o'clock. And how do we write it? We write it 12:40. Okay, now look at this clock. Our hand is pointing towards 7 and the minute hand is pointing towards 1. It means 5 minutes have passed since 7 o'clock. So we will call this time as 5 minutes past 7. And how will we write it? 7:05. Children, you have to be very, very careful here. You will not write it 7:5, beta. You will write it 7:05. Why we are writing it 05? because the last two digits denote minutes. And if you will write 5 here, automatically at this place it will be 0 and it will become 750, which will be absolutely wrong. So 5 minutes past 7, we will write like this: 7:05. Okay, now look at this clock. Here, the hour's hand is about to reach 8 and only 5 minutes are left for it to be 8 o'clock. So we can say it is 5 minutes to 8. Or we can also say, since 11 fives is 55, we can say 55 minutes past 7. Why past 7? Because the hour hand has already crossed 7. And how do we write it? 7:55. Okay. I hope, children, you would have understood how to read time by now. Now, in this clock, the minute hand is on 7 and the minute hand is on 4 and the hour hand is on 7. It means since the minute hand is on 4, 4 fives are 20. It means 20 minutes have passed since 7 o'clock. So we call this as 20 minutes past 7, or we call it as 7:20. Okay, look at this clock. Here, the hour hand is slightly ahead of 7 and the minute hand is, I think, on the 8th division, right? This is 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th division. It means 8 minutes have passed since 7 o'clock. So we will call it 8 minutes past 7. And how are we going to write? Should we write it 7:8? No. How will we write it? We will write it 7:08. You remember, children, I told you here when we were writing 5 minutes past 7, I told you that you have to be very careful. And here also, I'm again telling you, children, you have to be very careful. So this is 8 minutes past 7. So children, this is how we read time. I'm sure you would have understood it by now, but the best way to learn how to read time is by keep telling your parents what is the time during the day. Whenever you look at the clock, tell your parents, Papa, the time now is this much, or Mama, the time now is this much. If you will make a mistake, they will correct you there and then. And again, as I keep saying, children, practice makes a man perfect. And I'm sure you will become perfect if you will keep reading times at least 10 times a day. If you read time for 1 week, you will become very, very proficient in reading time. So that's all for today, children. Have a great day.